Welcome everybody to the very first episode of Theurbanplatformspeaks. I got my man Rich Waters here.
What's up?
What's up? And we're gonna talk about business, couple of blue collar workers, couple of entrepreneurs, and just gonna talk about business. So, Rich, tell the people about your business and what it is that you do.
All right, so a little bit about myself is I came from the maintenance industry. I worked for a realty company doing maintenance for about 12 years. Came in young in the field, doing maintenance. Was in my early 20s. Became a service manager at a very young age. Did that for about 12 years. Then I went to school, went to college, took up construction management.
Cool.
And once I got my degree in that, I came to the point where I wanted to be an entrepreneur and wanted to go test the waters. So I put together a company, Waterlink LLC, and we started to target painting, cleaning, and home repairs in the residential market. And so we basically started there with painting, cleaning.
So, but how did you get started? Like with the first property management company that you worked for, was that your first job in like home repair and maintenance and stuff?
No, I actually started with a company called A&G Management. I was 22 years old, and it was crazy because to this day I honestly don't remember ever applying for the job.
Yeah.
I was at a point in my life where I was in between jobs, didn't quite know. I was fairly young, about 22, didn't quite know what I was doing, but still in between leaving a past life behind and trying to find my way.
Right.
So I was looking for jobs every day, and one day this company, A&G Management, gave me a call. And I went up to the property to do the interview, and they gave me a 10-question maintenance test.
Yeah.
And I never did maintenance or home repairs in my life. Up until that moment, the only thing I did was cooking. Restaurants. And little minor warehouse jobs, nothing that really consisted of no real skill set, anything like that. So I took a 10-question test, and I got 2 questions right.
Yeah.
On the whole test, I got 2 questions right. And some way, somehow, they still hired me. The company still hired me as a junior tech position, and I was a junior maintenance man. It came with a free apartment. That's what was going on in the industry at the time. So I was 22. I got a free apartment and a job. That was a double whammy for me. So, I was locked and loaded in the field. So I started working at that company for a year, and I learned a lot. That company, it helped me transition a lot to the man, especially being young and black and coming from the demographics that I came from, not your typical situation. So it was a new situation to me, working around older, experienced guys, other races besides myself. And in the field, you can kind of say I got it out the mud.
Right, that's what's up. Because now, people don't know because, you know what I mean, I'm just telling them now, but I started working with you. I started doing bathtub maintenance at a property that you was managing. So by the time I came on the scene, you was supervisor then, right?
Yep.
Supervisor. So I'm thinking that before I even met you, you probably had to have a good work ethic. You know what I mean? You're the kind of person that's people can they can show you something and you'll just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because when I first met you, I just noticed right off the bat that you was, you know what I mean, you was thorough, you was professional, and you knew what you was doing. Plus, you had a staff under you too. You know what I mean? So I was like, if they gonna put you in charge at a young age and you got a staff under you and your staff respect you and they doing the work, you didn't have to stand over their back. So you'll give them an assignment and they'll go ahead and knock it out. You know what I mean? They'll take care of the work. So with that being said, what in you gave you that time, you know what I mean, at such a young age, what in you or your upbringing made you have the ability to manage and lead people like that?
Well, it was a start in me at a young age.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was born in 1983, so I was born in an era where it was a lot of young black entrepreneurship going on, but it wasn't legally.
Right.
So I was raised in that era,
Yeah.
and by family members that came up in that era and was very successful in that era, and they taught me at a young age. They started grooming me, showing me leadership, teaching me management, and I watched them guys from the age of 6 or 7. I watched them run multi-million-dollar outfits, and they was very successful at it, and I watched them and they taught me. So I had the mindset already. So, and the older I got, the more responsibilities they would give me. So at a young age, I was used to speaking with guys older than me. I was used to having grown-up conversations with guys, being able to communicate with people older than me. So when I was 24, when they first made me a service manager, and I was the manager of over 5 guys, and all of them was older than me. 3 of them was old enough to be my father. One of them probably my grandfather.
So was that at, what was that, Park Ridge Apartments?
Yeah, that was Park Raven Park.
Park Raven Apartments.
Northeast
Baltimore.
Northeast Baltimore, right off the Hilling Road. First property I ever managed, and it was a rough transition because I was once these guys' co-workers.
Oh, okay.
Before I was these guys' managers. So I came in as a tech dev. And I was friends and hung and played with all the guys that I eventually became the manager of. And it was a hell of a transition, and it grew me up real fast. It matured me very fast because I learned in a leadership position. You actually got a lot of eyes on you, and I really had to start leading by example. So a lot of the things that I wanted to stop or wanted to do better, I had to start doing it better myself first.
That's what's up. And plus, like I said, I saw how you interact with like your staff, and then I also been in like property management offices with you, and I saw like how you operated with like the property managers, people who ran the project, and I can tell that they also had the trust and the respect. You know what I mean? So, I mean, talk to me about that. You know what I mean? Because you in the middle of the people that you manage, and then it's the people who who manage the whole property. So, talk to me about like your relationship with management.
And it's crazy because I tell a lot of guys that I train and taught in the business and in the field, it's this thing in the property management world where you will hear often, if you're from that management world, where as though it's like maintenance against the office.
That's why I asked you, because I've been in other property management companies, and you can tell like it's a divide. You know what I mean? Almost like on a football team, it's like an offense versus defense. You know what I mean? Like if the defense good, like the Ravens had a good defense, if the defense good, then they'd be mad at the offense because the offense not pulling their weight. But you know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to, just hear about, like how you was able to get that balance, you know what I mean, and get that respect from the 2 different levels, you know what I mean, of the workforce.
Well, early on I learned is it takes the whole team. You cannot divide the office in the property management. It's just not gonna work. Just like you compare it to a game of football, it takes both offense and defense, and just as well special teams sometimes as well. So on a property, every component of the team has their own special strength that they bring to the table. So it ain't maintenance, we just gonna cover what we got covered, the property management, the office do what they gotta do, and that's just that. So once I understood that the leasing office and the management staff, the maintenance staff had to both work together in order for the property to be successful, I made it my business to build strong and positive relationships with people in the leasing office.
Right.
And I was once told at a young age, in order to be a good leader, you have to be even better follower.
Exactly. That's very important. I learned that too. That's very important.
So
and that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that in order to be a successful leader, you have to have been an even successful person that's willing to follow somebody. So right off the muscle, I made it known to my property manager that she the boss. He or she is the boss. You the boss. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I always had this saying, you set them up, I knock it down. I wanted to be clear who was in charge. That way, it ain't no time wasted fighting for strength or who in charge. Right. Let it know right off the muscle, you in charge. I'm not here to compete that. I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to follow the orders on your ship. You know what I mean? I'm here to do your dirty work, whatever you want me to do. You tell me what, I'm your muscle. You tell me that go get it, and I go get it, and I get it done. And I show my property manager that. And once she see that, and we create that unified front, and she hold down the office, and I hold down the maintenance staff, and then the staff see us as a unified front. They don't want to join that unified front as well. Become a team.
Yeah, and that's important too for the staff, the whole staff, to know that like they can't play y'all against each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like I've been in places where like the manager or the maintenance manager will say something derogatory about, like, you know what I mean, like the property manager, and so that gives like the text.
They create the
they be like, all right, well, if he feel like that, I can, you know what I mean, I can kind of show off.
Right, like, so if your text, so if you just maintenance supervisor, right, and you got a tech right here, and I seen and experienced it in the field. I managed for 12 years. Different crews from county to county, East Baltimore to West Baltimore, small crews, older crews, younger guys, older guys, females, and all. If you have a tech here, and that's why I say, you know what I mean, you gotta lead by example. If you in charge, you to make the supervisor, and you expressing and you showing any bit of negativity to your staff, that's opening a door for them to express their feelings as well, because they might not be confident enough to express how they feel. You know what I mean? But if the maintenance supervisor, their spearhead, their leader figure is doing it, so now they're like, well, hey, I see Richard, you know, do it, so shit. When I'm upset, I'm gonna say it too.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that you don't want, because that's not going to help. You know what I mean? It's not going to help for the betterment of, you know what I mean,
of the overall team. So as the maintenance supervisor, even if it's any, and it comes times where your property manager might play you against your staff, or they might turn on you. You gotta have a strong back. You gotta be able to have some bearing shoulders, because unfortunately, for time to time, the ball stops at maintenance when the ball rolls down here. And you gotta be able to bear that. It's gonna come times where it's more easier for you to take the hit than a manager to take the hit. So you gotta be strong enough to take those hits to the betterment of the property, just as long as the goal is being successful.
Right. Well, that's good. Now you work for I'm not even gonna say the company that you work for, but you did property management at the supervisor position. Like, were you going to school then? Like, at what point did you start going to school?
Well, I believe I started going to school probably like the last 4 out of the 12 years.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So I went during the last 4 to 12 years, because to be honest, and that's why we're here having these conversations now, to educate, promote, and push the blue collar industry. Because you know, we have a tendency to have the goal to set our marks as the white collar. Like, that's your limit of achievement, as long as you reach the white collar status. Like, I made it to corporate, I'm shirt and tie. So that's what got me into school. It was a crazy story, right? Because the company I was with, a position became available, and I wanted the position. And I felt like I've been in the field long enough, and I felt like I was qualified to do the job. And I went to the company and I asked them for the position, you know, and they expressed to me that, you know, the ideal candidate for this position has a college degree. So, you know, I took that on the chin, and the following week I enrolled in college.
Oh, all right, that's what's good.
And after I finished college, it was ironic. The position came available again, and I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it the second time either?
Nah, I didn't get it the second time. So it motivated me to that as that opportunity passed, I was bitter at first, but it promoted me to want to be able to give those opportunities and find my own lane.
Exactly.
And be able to give those opportunities that companies able to give people. I wanted to be able to give those opportunities to people in my community. I felt like I learned enough, I knew enough in the business, and I wanted to make a lane that people from my demographical background can benefit from.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start my own business. So I went to college. I took that degree, took everything I learned.
Now, was the degree? What were you going to college for?
Construction management.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. I had this idea of, you know, the whole briefcase, Mercedes-Benz, shirt and tie, you know, sausage McMuffin sandwiches in the morning, kissing the cheek out the door with the briefcase. You know, that was a measurement of success to me.
Yeah.
So I saw after it. And I felt like I started from the bottom, and that's what I wanted. But you know,
but people, you know what though? People sleep on like blue collar work. You know what I mean? Because like I know a lot of blue collar workers who work in our field, they making money. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean? Like, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, people just because we don't have a certain towel on, and you know what I mean? You know, people like they sleeping on. You know, I know, and I don't ever, but a lot. Like I make more money than the people that, you know, like the property managers, like the people who call me and they want me to come in and do a tub and towel, you know what I mean? But, you know, you know, not that that's really important, but you know, you can make a lot of money doing what we do. And this industry is not going nowhere. You're gonna always need, you know what I mean, home repairs.
I love this field. It's this not a field that no computer, no program, or no robot design is going to take over.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for the next 30 or 40 years, is no amount of, you might have a computer or robot or something to frame it out, but this field you need hands on.
Yeah.
To get into that crack and crevice of those stoves when you're cleaning, you need somebody there physically with a utensil getting that out.
Exactly.
You know? So it's a field worth investing in. And that's what I found out when I was in school.
Yeah. And I want to encourage, like when we do these videos, I just want to encourage people to really think about, you know, like home improvement, plumbing, electrical work, you know, that kind of work make good money, you know what I mean? You can have your own company, your own field, and
it's an easy lane to get into as well. You figure you're young, you coming out of high school, you don't quite, and then you can with the high school programs they got now, like I went to trade high school.
Well, high school.
Vocation, technical high school. And I took up carpentry initially, but then I went into commercial arts. But the field, the blue collar trades is an easy field to get into. You can get into it in trade school once you're in high school. But if you don't choose it in high school, they got all types of trade schools. And you can start as an apprentice, climb your way up to a journeyman. And then you can make it to a master's. Them guys making $30 and $40 an hour in the field. Easy. And then as far as entrepreneurship, man, like the sky's the limit. Entrepreneurship. I would never punch a clock again after diving into the world of entrepreneurship.
And look, check it out. Like I know that like we to the point like we don't even really, not to brag, but we don't even really like worry about money or worry about like creating opportunities for ourselves. You know what I mean? Because like I mean you really you the boss or you in charge of your own, you know what I mean?
You're the author of your own story.
That's what's up.
I hate to look at it this way, but I very often compare it to just being free. Free. You know what I'm saying? Like to me and my experience in the field and the way I feel about it, you at a point you become captivated in that whole state of you know, the working, the 9 to 5, the whole program system. Excuse me. I think it's worth at least going out and creating a future for yourself, because it's very often, speaking on entrepreneurship, it's very often that us as workers, we wake up every day and put 10 to 15 years into these big corporate companies that you can't benefit nothing from in the long run.
Right, exactly.
And you can typically say it's not their responsibility for you to benefit from in the long run. So I think like it's worth going out and try to build something that you and your family and your grandkids and great grandkids or your community can benefit from.
I mean, I know that, and you too, I have created like job opportunities for, you know what I mean, for my family, you know, people in my family. And you, I see, you know, you got family working for you. So yeah, that's another thing, man. You know, you can create opportunities for not only yourself, but you know, different family members.
Yeah, man.
So that's cool. That's cool. And so also like now, when you was working for this property management company, they used to like you got so good at your job that they sent you to different properties.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? To troubleshoot or and get those properties up to
I loved it.
Yeah.
I was very excited about the field.
I loved it too. Like, when you went every time you went to a new property, you like Mike.
You went,
you in, man. I got you.
Yeah.
Like Mike, where am I going? Mike, you going? I was like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Tour.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I made a lot of money through it, and not only that, I'm still, you know what I mean, like property management companies that you know what I mean, I'm still doing business. So you know, I definitely appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
so,
man.
you know, that's what's up, man.
It was like when I met you, and I wasn't aware that it was minority business owners out there really like getting it on their own like that.
Yeah.
So it was motivational to me to see a small business such as yourself like really out there on your own without the support of no big company and survive and make it.
Yeah, and that's what I did, man, because I was like, I didn't want to like, some businesses, like you can apply for like different contracts and stuff like that, and then with that comes like people politicking and stuff like that. So I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna get my own contracts and just make it happen for myself. So yeah, man, it's important, you know, just to get out there and just make it happen for yourself.
And it's challenging. And for me, it was scary.
Yeah, for me too. Yeah.
And it was wild too, man, because I thought that I could work a 9 to 5 and run a business at the same time.
I tried that.
So, and it was so hard, man. It was hard. So one day it came to a breaking point. I think one of the guys had like damaged the floor or something like that, and the manager, I'm at work, I'm at my regular 9 to 5 job, and I'm at work and stuff hitting the fan there, going crazy. My boss like down my throat, this, that. Then this management company was calling me like, the guys damaged the floor. We need you to come down here now. We can't wait till 5 o'clock. We get off at 5. The owner of this company here right now, and it was crazy. I took a lunch break when it sat on my bed, and I had to make a life-altering decision right then and there. I sat down on my bed, and it was like, am I going to pursue their dreams or my dreams? And I went back up to the office after my lunch break, put in my 2 weeks notice, and told them I had to leave the day.
That's what's up.
This was like, it was the worst though. So I left. I just put in my 2 weeks and left the company, right? And told them I had to leave the day. This is my 2 weeks notice, I'm gone. So I'm thinking I'm doing all this to save this account that I got. So I leaves work, I flies down to the property, meets with the manager, thinking I made the best decision in the world. I chose my business. This is what I should have did. I quit my 9 to 5 and I went down there and got fired.
Oh, wow,
She wanted me to come all the way down there to let me know that she was not using our services. Wow. And that was a rough first 5 minutes in the car when I sat there. It was like, I quit my job to come get fired.
That's tough. So, like, I mean, like, what was your next move then?
So my next move after I left the bar was my next move was I realized that it wasn't no going back. I had too much pride to go back to my company and tell them I failed. You know, so I had to go make it work. I had to grind, balls to the wall, and I had to grind. It was worth every day.
That's what's up. My story is, let me see. Now, when I started out in 2003, I started a carpet cleaning company, and so I was cleaning carpets, and I mean, business was okay.
Okay.
I was cleaning carpets, and then a friend of mine, she came to work with me, and she was like, you can do you in apartments already. Just tell them you can clean the apartments too, like turnovers. You know what I mean? Getting them ready for new tenants. So I said, all right. I was doing turnovers, and I was doing that, and then I started doing later on. I went and did tubs.
Okay.
But I was still working a full-time job. So I had this big van I had saved up, and I had a big van. I had carpet cleaning equipment in there. I had janitorial maintenance equipment in there, and I had tub equipment in there. And I was just like, I was stressed out. I mean, I was stressed out though. I was stressed out. So after I did that for a little while, then after it got to a point, I was like, man, I just gotta make up my mind what I'm gonna do.
So how long did you juggle the 9 to 5 and
let me see. I started in 2003 up until like about 2007 or 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't manage it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was tough.
And I had to quit my job.
It was
I
tough.
don't know how you. So was you doing it yourself?
Yeah, well,
or you had a crew that was working like when you was at work?
When the janitorial maintenance people, when I was doing janitorial maintenance turnovers for apartments, I had like 10 people working for me.
Okay.
So I had a little office over there in Catesville.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? I had 10 people. I had a staff of 10 people, and then I had this girl who was she would I would get them set up in the mornings. She would, you know what I mean? She would just make sure everything ran right. She went back and she did like the quality control check. She would go, she had a checklist, and she used to check, make sure everybody cleaned and did the apartments the way they were supposed to do. And the carpet, as far as the carpet cleaning jobs, I was in good with the property management company, so they would let me come in like anytime. I had keys and stuff to different apartment properties. So once I finished working on my day job, I would go and I would clean carpets in the evening.
Okay.
And I did that, like I said, for a long time. The money was good, but I wasn't getting no sleep. I wasn't getting no rest, man. I was like, nah, man, I gotta cut this out. I gotta cut this out, man. But once I made that decision to just focus on my business, you know what I mean? And then that was it. That was the right move right there for me, just to focus on my business and try to grow that. So now back to you. So you did the troubleshooting for the company for a while, and then after that that's when after you did the troubleshooting, then you started. That's when you left and you did your own thing, then, right?
Yeah, because I was just ready to do something different. Like I said, I was managing different properties for like 12 years. I was getting tired of it. I was looking for something new, and and after going to school, I was looking forward to getting into the construction field.
Oh, okay.
And that's still a goal of mine now. My ultimate goal is to have a construction company.
Oh, that's what's up.
But realistically, right now, I don't have the funds nor the 100% of the knowledge it takes to even run a construction company consisting of building buildings and stuff like that. So I got a time frame, a realistic goal and time game plan and time frame that I plan on starting a construction company.
All right. Hope everybody enjoyed the video or the interview I just did with my man Rich Waters, telling us about all the opportunities that are in home improvement, letting us know that you can really make a lot of money in home improvement. People sleep on that type of work, but like we said during the interview, you really, with home improvement, when you got plumbing, heating, electrical work, stuff like that, those fields, anything to do with like repairing and and rebuilding homes, those type of careers are not going anywhere. So if you're interested in that kind of work, I think it's a good option. And basically, that's what this whole video is about. So what I want to do now is I want y'all to just hang tight with us. That interview actually got cut a little bit short because what I did was I wasn't paying attention to the camera, so it went out probably about 10 or 15 minutes before I really finished the interview. So that's why I'm adding this little clip right here onto the back of it, because I just want people to know that you didn't really miss out on a whole lot, but stick with me. I'm gonna continue to bring you good content, iron out some of these kinks, and